It's the 2K Sports pregame show, brought to you by Kia.
Welcome, everybody. This is 2K Sports with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. In this game, we'll see the Charlotte Hornets going up against the Detroit Pistons. Looking at the Pistons, they're staggering along in 12th place in the East. And if their goal this year was to avoid the same fate they suffered last season, they have work to do to accomplish it. Well, the Hornets seem to have found their man in Steve Clifford. Some very good results from his time as coach in Charlotte. What does he bring to the team, guys?
Well, Clifford is bringing, stability, great approach, and consistency.
What more could you want?
That's it.
And he's built a team around a defensive mindset. And let me tell you, he was able to weather quite a few injuries last season. Still did pretty well.
That about does it for us. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you later.
Welcome, everyone, to this 2K Sports broadcast from Charlotte, North Carolina, home of the Hornets. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by the talented analyst tandem of Greg Anthony and Chris Webber. David Aldridge is on our sideline. And back in Charlotte, following the road trip, it's the Hornets back on their home floor. This is an important game for them because they've really been struggling. Just one win in their last 5 games.
And I think for Charlotte, their slow start to this season has brought some of this team's issues to light. And this is a team that I didn't think had any issues to speak of.
Look, when you aren't winning ball games, finger pointing, frustrations begin to mount, and it can really have an effect in the locker room. Let's just hope for their sake that they figure things out quickly and find a way to turn this ship around.
Now let's send it down to David Aldridge, standing by from the sidelines. David?
Thanks, Kevin. Since taking over, Pistons coach and team president Stan Van Gundy has quickly reshaped the roster. The wins have followed. He said, "We've come a long way. Now we've got a group of guys who fit together on the floor and are all high-character individuals. There's a much better feel." Kevin?
It's not just about raw talent, but how the pieces fit, DA. Thanks. And the athleticism for both teams, Chris. Certainly there to see.
Oh, you're so right. Very explosive. You love to see the game play out above the rim. I mean, some top 10 plays in the making tonight.
So fun.
Let's get a nice clean game, huh?
So the Hornets win the tip. And a look at the starters for the Pistons. Jackson and KCP are in the backcourt together. Harris is out there with Andre Drummond, and it's Morris in at the small forward. And the basket by Kaminsky.
Most effective when he gets his feet set. Kaminsky can be lethal on the catch and shoot.
Caldwell Pope kicks to Jackson. And there's Drummond. That's good on the assist by Jackson.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
That defense was awful. That was just pathetic. He should not be that wide open right near the bucket.
Count the basket. So it's Detroit now. It's a 3-point game. Last time they met was in Charlotte, where they beat the Hornets.
And they got the better of this matchup last time with their defensive pressure and the ability to force turnovers.
Relentless pressure. I think that was the key, forcing a number of big miscues, which swung the momentum of that game.
Kid Gilchrist with it, now guarded by Caldwell Pope.
Just amazing work from Walker, really zipping the rock fast to the wide open man.
And the Pistons with possession here. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
And really, had they just shot their average from the free throw line in that game, I think that probably changes the outcome.
Well, yeah, you got to work hard to get to the line and then start missing. After a while, it becomes contagious. You know, everyone's missing. Really a defeated feeling.
He goes up again. Rejected by Harris.
And Harris just using that long reach of his so well on defense. Shooters have to be more careful, or he'll rise up and swat your shot away. And the precision lead pass by a highly skilled playmaker.
We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Walker against Jackson. Walker the pass to Kaminsky. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. Just a moment to look back at how things were last season for this team as we look at the shot breakdown for the Pistons.
And they love to spread the floor with shooting. A lot of three-point attempts, and that's been the league-wide direction, and this group has been no exception.
The Pistons have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Morris dishes to Harris. Back to Morris. Left side Jackson. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
How about 3 of 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
And Walker kicks to O'Brien. Caldwell Pope against Kid Gilchrist. Out to the wing. It's Kid Gilchrist on the wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Walker. Again, the miss by Walker. The Pistons trailing. Caldwell Pope kicks to Harris. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup.
Well, throughout Harris's career, he has worked on building up his body, putting that added strength to good use on these tough finishes.
Walker with it. He had 31 points in the win against Dallas. Bellinelli passes to Walker. Again, the miss by Walker.
His shot is not on target right now. He better figure this out fast.
Caldwell Pope dishes to Morris. Back to Caldwell Pope. Second chance shot, and that one's good. Drummond.
Man, he's in attack mode, crashing the glass, then goes right back up with it.
Charlotte is gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Outside, Kid Gilchrist. He kicks it to O'Brien. Dishes to Kaminsky. Scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Such an advantage for Kaminsky. He can finish inside with either hand.
Outside Jackson. Inside. It's stolen by Kaminsky. It's Kid Gilchrist on the wing. And there's the feed to Kaminsky. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call.
And quickly, let's look at the numbers for Andre Drummond. 1st in rebounding, 7th in blocks, and he sits in the top 15 in points per game. An absolute powerhouse offensively.
The Pistons leading.
And Frank Kaminsky, such a great player at the college level when he was at Wisconsin. It hasn't been the easiest transition to the NBA for him early on. The speed of the game is something that he needs time to adjust to.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. 23 points for him the last game against Chicago.
Yeah, but Kevin, a lot of those points came at the line. I mean, he was aggressive to attack the D, not settling, and really did a good job of cashing in on those free throws.
Hornets have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. And with Kaminsky, you just have to be patient with that adjustment period to the NBA because of his unique skill set.
Well, you should also be patient because very few 7-footers can do what he can do on offense. He has a good shot from beyond the arc and can pull up away from rim protectors. He has a very soft touch on all of his shots. He'll just find space if you leave him alone.
Now here's Caldwell Pope, one of the dependable scorers on the team. He's averaging close to 17 points a game. Unloads from 13. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Outside, Walker. There's the pick. And Bellinelli kicks to O'Brien. Shot clock at 6. Walker the pass to Kid Gilchrist. And good that time. Kid Gilchrist has got his second bucket tonight.
Man, I like it. How hard Kid Gilchrist works for these close-range shots. It's just a testament to how much confidence he has in himself.
Now here's Jackson. He's coming off a 22-point game against Chicago.
But what stood out for me was his gorgeous playmaking out there. I mean, over and over, he was finding his teammates in a great position to score.
And it's Drummond with the jam.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Oh, well, that's because it was terrific anticipation. Also, the quick hands, a lethal combination.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here.
Now, if you ask around the league about who is overlooked by the fans of the NBA, Kemba Walker is the name you'll hear. He doesn't get a lot of attention playing in Charlotte, but he puts up big numbers and can carry his team at times.
And with Walker, you look at the short list of players who averaged more points, Chris, than him per game last season. It's nothing but big-name players.
Oh, yeah, he is right there with them when it comes to getting buckets. It's taken him some time to find his way, but Walker is definitely an all-star caliber point guard. He'll keep getting more and more due credit, though, as long as he plays at this level.
The Pistons have gone 7 of 9 from the field. A really nice start offensively for them. Up top, Morris. Jackson dishes to Drummond. Caldwell Pope kicks to Harris. Misses off the right eye.
It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that.
Oh, no, you're right. It's selfish on his part to attempt that. Should have passed it back out and tried to get a better look.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Here's Caldwell Pope. Pass to Harris. On the wing, Jackson, guarded by Walker. Just 5 on the clock. Harris misses.
Oh, we've seen him posterize guys with that move many times. However, the defense proved to be very stifling.
And it's sent back by Morris.
Oh, just fantastic defense for Morris, getting right in the face of the shooter and coming up with the rejection.
Jackson against Walker. Jackson passes to Drummond. Goes up on the wing. That shot is off. And the Hornets now going the other way. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
Well, that was a very physical game, and I think that plays into their hands. So a lot of their points came at the foul line.
That's what happens when you push the action. Offensively, when you attack, there's a good chance you'll draw the foul.
Now, here's Walker. After the miss from Reggie Jackson. Through the contact from long range, and he almost got the hoop to fall. Instead, he'll shoot 3 at the line.
He was named Player of the Year coming out of college. But Kaminsky is still adjusting to the speed of the NBA game.
Well, Chris, we have a question for you sent in from one of our fans, from Todd up in New Hampshire. They want to know what your favorite moment was as an NBA player, a question I'm also curious to know about.
Wow. My favorite moment as an NBA player, very honestly, I would say would be the day of being drafted. I mean, you know, after then you have so many great moments, so many players that you play with that you love to play with. It's hard to separate anything without disrespecting another moment. So I just really feel that the greatest moment of my career was stepping on that stage in Detroit at the Palace in my hometown with my finger up and just knowing that I made it. You know, for all of us, the goal is to make it. It's not about to be a Hall of Famer. It's not about to be an all-star. It's not about to win a championship, even though those are dreams. But you can't do it until, you know, you make it. And so for me, putting that suit on, seeing my father shed tears, you know, seeing my mother's eyes and the twinkle she had in her eyes, seeing my brothers and my 3 brothers and my sister, how happy they were, you know, that definitely was the moment because it was a family moment and it was for Detroit. And so it was special.
Well said. Here's Smith. Following the basket by Jeremy Lamb. There's a good screen. Smith outside. Here's Benajay, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. That's a foul on Charlotte.
Now, you knew when you heard that Stan Van Gundy was coming to Detroit that they would be built around protecting their basket. This team has continued to focus on tough defense to win games. They have the talent and the effort to continue to improve.
That free throw, no good. And if you aren't playing defense on this Piston team, then you will not see the court. It's just that plain and that simple.
Well, you're exactly right. It's a saying that says the bench is a coach's best friend. What better incentive than to sit that guy on the bench for being lazy on defense? And good team defense starts at the top down. Coach Van Gundy has been preaching it, and the leaders on the team have brought it in. They do a great job of rebounding to close out possessions. Pistons also contest every shot they can get to, even on the perimeter.
Well, Chris, the adage for a long time in many sports has been that great defense beats great offense. Do you think that really, though, holds true in the NBA?
No, I think great offense helps great defense, and great defense helps great offense. I think you need both in this league. I don't care if you have great defense if you can't score on the other end. I don't care if you can score on the other end and not get a stop on the other end. So, you know, I think to make one clear statement like it's black or white, or to stand on one side of the line in the sand is just wrong. It's a balance of everything, and so therefore it's not one or the other. You need both.
Great perspective. The Pistons have gone 8 of 14 from the field in the first quarter. To the left side wing. There's the triple. Hornets with the rebound. And Sessions kicks to Lamb and taken away by Johnson. To the paint. Here's Baines, and he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
You know, more and more we're seeing some shorter guys play the center position, especially when they have vertical leaps like that to make up for it.
And Sessions kicks to Green. Unloads from 13. And that one off the back of the rim and in. And the Hornets lead by 1. And for the Pistons, they're shooting 56% in this first quarter. An outstanding start for this offense. Over in the corner. Lure. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Lamb.
And let's see the stat sheet here on Cody Zeller. He's been in good form here the last few weeks. 10th in field goal percentage, and he's in the top 20 in steals, bringing that focus and intensity at both ends.
To the middle, here's Johnson. Plumlee with some nice D.
He's not especially strong near the basket. All the defense did was make their presence felt, and it was enough to make him feel uncomfortable releasing that one.
It's stolen by Smith. Benajay pass to Baines. Uses both hands to slam it down. Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Charlotte trailing. Pick by Zeller. And Sessions kicks to Zeller. Out to the right wing. Sessions dishes to Lamb. 5 on the clock. Pick by Zeller. Got a piece of it.
Well, that was an awful screen. He didn't seem like he wanted to do it, and as a result, the set failed.
Smith kicks to Baines. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And a chance here to take a look at the shooting chart.
Well, that is what it looks like when you are in the zone. He's been very efficient with his scoring and is leading the way for his team on offense. With every make, you can see the confidence growing. And I don't think he'll slow down anytime soon.
And he can't get the first one. Good on the second free throw.
Now, for a long time, the Hornets seemed adverse to taking threes. It just wasn't something they valued. Last season, they changed their tune and started taking a lot more threes than in the past. It was a big reason why they saw their offense jump up.
Now here's Sessions. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Mavericks in Dallas. Let's take a moment to see the squads that have been the most dominant on the glass this season. Fifth on the list, the Pistons.
You know, it's not necessarily a glamour stat, but make no mistake, their top-notch board work has been a huge key to their success.
And with the Hornets embracing the three ball last season, Chris, they would end up fourth in the league in threes attempted.
And don't believe the hype. It isn't as simple as take more threes and do better on offense. The Hornets went out and looked to add players that could stretch out defenses with their range. The space created by shooters did just as much for their offense as making their long-range shots did.
And the Hornets, Chris, have not found a lot of playoff success as a franchise.
Well, be honest, they have had trouble getting to the playoffs at times, but not last season, though. Have never been past the second round as a franchise. You get the feeling it's just a matter of time before they go deep in the playoffs.
And he makes the first. He hits both from the stripe. Hornets trail by 4. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. He drains the quick shot. Sessions has got his first points of the game.
And when he breaks out the crossover, you can be sure he's going to leave somebody in his wake.
Smith the pass to Lou.
My goodness. Save that one. I want to see that again.
Me too. Just absolutely beautiful. And here is Lamb. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Zeller, a screen on Smith. But they'll get another chance. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Pistons ahead as they end the first quarter on a 12-4 run. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from Detroit?
Well, they've dictated tempo with their defense and been able to force some turnovers.
Yeah, consistent pressure on the ball, taking some chances right now. The other side scrambling to adjust.
Pistons leading by 4. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the court for the Hornets, Zeller is out there with Plumlee. Then it's Jeremy Lamb. Then there's Ramon Sessions. And it's Graham in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Hornets, they're shooting 53% from the floor. They're locked in. Down low, Plumlee. That falls. Great assist by Ramon Sessions.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
The Pistons shooting around 60% on the night. Amazing work offensively so far.
Get there, get there.
Sessions against Smith. Poked loose. To the inside. Ramon Sessions with the steal. To the middle. Here's Plumlee. Tries again. And it's sent back by Drummond.
Fine, shooters have to be careful when Drummond is roaming nearby. He is a defensive menace who takes his shot blocking very seriously.
Bellinelli, he's checked in for Charlotte. And we've played through the first minute here in the second. Plumlee dishes to Sessions. Passes it to Lamb. Shot clock at 6. But they recover it. They get it back. Zeller.
And a moment here to look at some of the stats for Lamb. He's getting around 8 points a game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And he can play some valuable minutes on the wing for this team.
Charlotte shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
Two shots.
And he can't get the first one. Well, with a look at today's rosters, you'll see a veteran or two acting as a mentor on a team for young players. Chris, all teams want them. They need them for that balance. You've been on both ends of that relationship. Just how important is that for a young player?
It's very important. You know, when you think about the word fear, fear mostly is what you anticipate about the unknown. And for a lot of young players, you know, they just don't know what to expect. They just don't know what habits to have. They just have never been in this situation before, and they're going to figure it out regardless if anyone helps them or not. But just think about how it just helps the learning curve and how it speeds up the pace when you have someone that can tell you from their perspective how to approach games or how to prepare for games, how to recover, how to treat your body, how to play this guy. I know coach said this, but you might want to try this if that doesn't work. You know, and I think that's probably one of the most underrated and depleted spaces on the team are guys that can be that third coach on the team, but with the jersey on. And so I think it's very important to have guys in those mentor type positions, just because they've had to go through what these players have gone through. Not just coach, but they've had to go through it and can tell it from a player's perspective.
Great points.
Now, when you think about Andre Drummond, the first thing you think about is his relentless rebound. He's arguably the best rebounder in the game. Just inhales misses off the glass. Routinely, he can go out there and get you 20 boards easily.
And Drummond coming close to averaging almost 15 boards a game in 2016. Chris, there's just no way to keep him from collecting shots.
Wow, 15 boards. You got to say that 15
shots.
times. And it just isn't his freakish athleticism that makes him so good. He has a great sense of time, and he knows when to release a player, and he's boxing out to go for that ball. He has more nuance to his rebounding game than he gets credit for, and also he desires it more than most big fellas.
And the Hornets making a change here. Kaminsky's checked in. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. And with the All-Star game behind us, Chris, a lot of teams now pushing for the playoffs, asking a lot of their players. How common is it, do you think, for players and teams to just play through their injuries at this point of the season?
Well, great question, Kevin, because if you can get on the court and you are on the playoff bubble, most players will risk health to help their team.
The Pistons shooting their 7th attempt at the foul line in this one. You know, Chris, for a lot of players, being called a tweener is a bit of a backhanded remark. It means they have no true position. But that might be a compliment for Tobias Harris.
You're right, Kev. That is exactly the case with Harris. He's considered a tweener just because he can have a large impact at both forward spots. He has the strength and ability to finish inside at the 4, but he's a good enough shooter from range to play the 3 and has no problem defending from either spot.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Pistons raised a few eyebrows when they took Stanley Johnson with the 8th pick overall in 2015. Now, he's a great athlete, but some thought there were better basketball prospects available. But Stan Van Gundy says what you've got to bank on is a player's work ethic and commitment to being great. There's just something about him. He is a great competitor. Kevin?
And he's built like a tank. TA, thanks. Thank you very much. One is off. And you'll ask defenders or would-be defenders of Drummond, he can just punish you physically.
If he drops a shoulder into you, it's like getting hit by a runaway freight train. Because of how strong he is under the rim, he can just shrug off defenders who don't have a strong base. If he gets it on the low block, it's a dunk pretty much every time.
And he's good on the second.
And in a short period of time, the former UConn Husky Drummond has blossomed into an elite center, just taking the lead by storm.
It'll go, and the Detroit lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from Kaminsky.
Excellent vision right there on that assist. Perfect setup.
Outside Jackson to the paint. And Drummond kicks to Jackson. 11 feet out, and he hits it. And the Pistons lead by 7.
Excellent inside move. He beats the defense to the punch.
Walker against Jackson. The pass to Kid Gilchrist. No good there. And it's Detroit the other way. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Minnesota, where they'll take on the Timberwolves. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. And Drummond throws it down.
Well, at 279 pounds, why don't we just say 280? Drummond is just the force of nature when he's shooting the ball. Shrugging off contact like that is nothing.
Now, here's Walker. He's got 6. Beyond the arc. Andre Drummond grabs the miss.
Oh, man, his form seems rushed today, like he's trying to get rid of the ball as soon as he gets it. That's why barely anything is going in for him.
Morris kicks to Jackson. They set the pick. In the corner, it's Harris. From about 16. And no good. Trying to use the glass. The dish now to Walker. Sinks it from just inside the baseline. Walker's got 8 points.
And Walker is what we call thirsty. He's thinking of firing as soon as he gets the rock. Great presence of mind from the point guard.
Now here's Jackson. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. Morris with the ball. Bellinelli is covering. Got him with the pump fake. Savvy move right there. Morris has got the lead up to 9 now for the Pistons. Now Walker. He's got 8. Kicks it to Bellinelli. There's the 3. Rebound Andre Drummond. Drummond's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Here's Morris. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead. And now it's an 11-point Piston lead. And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets.
Now look, KCP, you have to be excited about what he can do in the future. Came into the league very raw, but he has put in a lot of work. Some big steps from him the last few seasons to take his game to the next level.
And with Caldwell Pope, the numbers don't lie with his improvements. Slowly, Chris, upping how efficient he is on offense, and you know his defense will always be there.
If this kid can develop a consistent three-pointer, it'll make him a much bigger factor on the offensive end. The work ethic is there. He displayed that so far. He has improved how he moves without the ball as well.
Hornets trail by 11. Outside, Walker cuts it 5 from 18. Detroit with the rebound. Morris has got his 3rd rebound on the night. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. Kemba Walker picks one up.
This is ridiculous. The D has to do better. You just can't whack Jackson on these type of shots. Now, he might not be known as Mr. October, but Reggie Jackson does share something else in common with his namesake. They both are clutch. Jackson has hit big shot after big shot in his career. He relishes the chance to make that deciding play.
The free throw drops for Jackson. And Chris, I think you're right on the money when you say Reggie Jackson is looking to take that big shot.
And that's the exact mentality you want from a player who's going to take shots in the clutch. Make or miss, they have confidence, they want to be in that moment, they embrace it. He knocks it down.
Both free throws good from Jackson.
Oh, and Jackson is not just a terrific shooter, but a fantastic defender as well, using his great speed on both ends.
Walker goes in, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Well, one thing that everyone learned really fast is just how deadly, Chris, Kemba Walker is with the game on the line.
And don't forget, he's done it at the college level at Connecticut. And now on the pro level. A big part of it is his ball handling, and he's so quick that he can get an open shot in a short amount of time. Having a quick release and being cold-blooded helps out a ton, too.
That's good from Kemba Walker. And with the core that this Piston team has, they do a great job, Chris, of attacking the glass.
Well, Kevin, and conversely, the Pistons do a great job of limiting offensive boards while on defense. Every game they are getting a handful of extra chances because of their approach. The leader is Drummond, but there are a lot of other active bigs to fill out the roster.
And he can't hit the second.
And really, Walker takes the responsibility of being the leader for this team very seriously, never afraid of making the big play.
Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Drummond's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
And once again, off the mark by Charlotte.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Outside Jackson. Back to Drummond. Just 4 to shoot. Outside Jackson. He tries for 3. Pistons keep it alive. Picked off in midair. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. It's good, and the Piston lead is cut down to just 12 points with the basket from Bellinelli. So it's the Pistons now. Now here's Jackson. 6 points for him. Out to Morris. Stolen away. Walker with it. Pass to O'Brien. It's Kid Gilchrist on the wing. Kaminsky, the pass to Walker. And there's the 3-second violation. We take a second here to take a look at the shot chart.
Well, I think a big issue for him right now is his performance from the mid-range. Just nothing seems easy for him at the moment, and it's resulted in a lot of missed opportunities for himself and his team when he's taken that shot.
Detroit leading by 12. Jackson up top, guarded by Walker. Jackson dishes to Caldwell Pope. From 15 feet away, it's rebounded by Charlotte. Walker goes in. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Andre Drummond picks one up.
And you look at this Hornets team. There is so much length on the floor at any given time. As much wingspan as any other team in the league. This helps on the defensive end with blocks and steals.
As you talked about the wingspan, the arm span of the Hornets. Slight pun intended. They have it at all positions, though.
Well, and that's what makes them so versatile with their defensive matchups. Kid Gilchrist and Marvin Williams both have great length. Strong take to get the foul there after not getting it there in the first quarter.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hornets. Graham's checked in, and Sessions subbed in for Michael Kidd Gilchrist. And so Walker nails both of them. Well, a lot of franchises have something that they are known for or place a lot of pride in, Chris. And for the Pistons, that is easy to decipher. This team, this city, loves defense.
Well, most teams adapt the heart and the identity of their city. And there is a very blue-collar attitude with the great teams of the Pistons. And the city of Detroit loves to rally around teams like that. This city has a no-nonsense approach, and that pervades into their sports team.
For Charlotte, they have really been struggling with their free throws, only made 5. More misses than makes so far.
Two shots.
And the first one drops.
Now, when you watch this Detroit team play, you can't help but think about perhaps one of the most legendary teams ever to play in the NBA, the Bad Boys Pistons. The amazing team that would deliver back-to-back titles to my city of Detroit. One of the toughest teams ever in any sport.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hornets. Plumlee comes in for Frank Kaminsky, and Jeremy Lamb subbed in for Walker. And those back-to-back titles for the Bad Boys coming in 89 and 90. One of the few teams, Chris, to get the better of Jordan for a brief stretch of time.
Well, I tell you what, I grew up on this team. My home, Detroit. I love this team, the Pistons, the Bad Boys. This was a team full of characters, and they were all tough as nails. Zeke was the leader, but 1 through 5, and on the bench, everyone would put an elbow in your chest to discourage your shot.
Now here's Sessions. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. And Plumlee kicks to Lamb. Picked him clean. On the wing, Johnson. Graham defending. Here's Smith. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here. Cody Zeller's checked in for O'Brien. The Pistons have shot the ball pretty well from the line, going 8 of 11.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
And that one misses.
One thing you knew about Stanley Johnson coming into this league as a rookie is that he already had an NBA body. He's deceptively strong with his frame and can close ground very quickly. He's hard to move when defending because of how strong he is.
And with Johnson, you know, the physical gifts, Chris, are just right in front of you.
Well, Kev, he reminds some a little bit of Jimmy Butler and how he first started his NBA career. He still has a lot to learn, and he can play tough defense.
2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And you look back, Chris, at the teams that Stan Van Gundy has coached in the past, each one of them were considered contenders for so long.
Well, the job of turning things around here in Detroit has been nothing short of spectacular.
Here's Benajay. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. They set the pick. Inside, Baines, and it's sent back by Plumlee. Over in the corner, Lamb. Down low. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Now there's the high basketball IQ of Zeller. He knows he's going to get whacked, but he turns it into an and one.
This is his third free throw attempt of the game.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as he'd like.
Pistons leading by 5. Smith outside. To the inside. Shots good by Baines. Baines has got 9 points.
And a crafty pass into the lane, perfectly executed.
Here's Lamb. Picked by Zeller. Graham, the pass to Lamb. Takes a 3. Offensive rebound. Plumlee. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
And he knocks down the first one. And so he's able to get 1 of 2. Detroit leading by 6. Smith kicks to Johnson. Pistons passing it around. Out to the right wing. Smith dishes to Bain. Not happening that time. His second miss in 5 shots. And a fast break now for the Hornets. It's stolen by Johnson. And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
That's part of his skill set. Excellent recognition on his part to get in the best spot to complete that look.
And Sessions kicks to Zeller. Feeds to Plumlee. The 11-footer. Not going to go that time. Now the Pistons take it the other way. They've led by as many as 14 points. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east. Already we are in December. As you take a look at Charlotte, they're right now in the 8th spot in the conference here in the early part of the season. And of course, there's the Pistons, a game behind.
And I think for the Pistons, with the start they've had, they've taken what was such a hopeful preseason and turned the mood sour.
Yeah, but we all know it's completely different going from the preseason to the regular season. They aren't the same. But it's still disappointing considering how well they played in the preseason and how poorly they have performed to start this season.
And the second free throw, good. Hornets trail by 9. Sessions passes to Graham. He feeds it to Plumlee. That one's good. Just his 3rd make. Brings him to 3 for 8 in this game. Detroit's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Pass to Benajay. He dishes it to Lure. Smith on the wing. Just 5 to shoot. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And there's the call. Charlotte the foul. And these are his 2nd and 3rd free throws tonight.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
No good on that one. And you can see that the Hornets are committed to Steve Clifford, can't you?
Well, just think about it. It's been a long time since the Hornets franchise has had a coach that has stuck around like Clifford. He's the first coach to win 100 games with this team in over a decade and a half. He has had them competing each year he's been with the team.
Good on the second free throw. 1:09 left now here in the second. And Sessions kicks to Graham. Plumlee with a screen on Johnson. Here's Lamb. And he overshot that one, missing.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Johnson dishes to Smith. Kicks it out to Johnson. Shoots from the baseline. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession. .36 seconds left here in the second. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Sessions passes to Graham. Plumlee with the screen. And Lamb kicks to Graham. Just 5 to shoot. Wow, drew the contact, and that 3 almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws. It's his first trip to the line.
Shots. 3 shots.
And he's good on the first of 3. That one is no good. Here's Plumlee. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. That one is off. And he's good on the second. And here's Smith. Here's Benajay. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Yeah, nice, strong finish there. Nearly a 3-point opportunity.
And this is his 2nd trip to the line tonight.
And, of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
That free throw missing. And he's good on the second. 8 seconds left in the first half. Here's Lamb. No good from outside. That'll do it for the first half. Pistons lead by 7. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Charlotte, North Carolina. Back in a moment.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here once again, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you back to the halftime show on 2K Sports. Andre Drummond having an outstanding game. He ended up with 15 points, 11 rebounds, and 1 block. In their previous game, he had a performance he said he wanted to put behind him quickly, and so far he's doing just that with the nice first half he had here. Taking a look at the Pistons, Shaq, what did you think?
You got to like their offense efficiency. They were patient, took good shots. That was reflected in their high field goal percentage. They just need to keep playing smart in the second half and close this thing out. Don't get cute now.
Kenny, what was your takeaway on Charlotte?
They need to break it down. And I look at the individual areas that they're struggling, like they're getting pounded. I mean pounded, Ernie, on the boards. That's a hustle stat.
And that about wraps it up, as the second half is just moments away. Now down to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the crew, and we will see you after the game, won't we?
Yes, we will.
Yes, we will.
Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. Andre Drummond has been sensational.
He's just been terrific. This is what they needed from him.
Earning a double-double for the night is awesome, but doing it in one half, he is out hustling everybody.
And so it's Detroit with the ball. And Detroit looking at who they've got. Jackson and KCP are in the backcourt together. Marcus Morris is out there with Harris, and it's Drummond in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here's Caldwell Pope. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Caldwell Pope's got the first points to start out the third quarter for Detroit. And Caldwell Pope is mostly known for his defense, but, you know, Chris, he can light it up on offense if you give him a chance.
And that's the big thing, Kev, with KCP and his offensive game is that he is just so slippery. He can slip through hedges on screens to get to the basket. Any seam you give him, he'll find space and pull up for a shot or take it all the way.
That's a two-pointer from Walker. Rebound, Detroit. Drummond's got 11 rebounds in the game.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, the Charlotte Hornets made a concerted effort last season to improve what had been terrible three-point shooting. Coach Steve Clifford said, if you look at trends in this league, three-point shooting percentage was the #1 factor why teams won. That's the way this league has gone. It makes sense, right? It creates spacing, which opens up things for everybody else. Kevin?
Yeah, trying to space the floor. Thank you, D.A. Now Drummond, following the miss by Kemba Walker from deep. Morris dishes to Jackson. Out to Morris. The three. Rebounded by Kaminsky. Hornets trail by 11. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Outside, Kid Gilchrist. 6 on the shot clock. Lets it fly from 18. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
Oh, they haven't started this half off on the right foot. That's 3 straight shots they've misfired on.
Now, here is Morris. He has 6. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. Marco Bellinelli picks one up. Marcus Morris is just one of those players, Chris, that when you look at the stat sheet at the end of the night, he is bound to have ink in almost every column on there.
Well, he can rebound. He can hit the jimmies from outside, hit the tough ones inside. He has good vision for his position. Morris may never be an all-star and doesn't do one thing great, but does everything well. He just finds a way to make plays in the game, and it shows up in his numbers.
Free throw good from Morris.
While the shooting of Morris provides his team with is crucial, just a real valuable part of this team.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
Now, you have to like the efficiency that Marcus Morris plays with. Not so much his shooting percentages, but how effective he can be without touches. He can score without taking a lot of shots. He knows how to follow up misses in the paint and get second chance scores.
It's good, and the Piston lead is cut down now to just 10 on the basket from O'Brien. For Detroit, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Caldwell Pope kicks to Jackson. Trying his luck deep, but he stays with it. Second chance shot, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Now let's take a quick look at the numbers for Kemba Walker. He's averaging about 19 points per, 8 assists, and 2 rebounds. And he leads the way for them in the scoring department.
And with the qualities, Chris, you describe about Marcus Morris, that's why he's viewed as a valuable role player on this team.
Well, Kev, you have to love him. He can eat up minutes on the floor and not necessarily need to be involved to leave his mark on the game. You don't have to call a lot of plays for this guy. He can fit into any lineup and play multiple positions, which helps too.
That's good from Jackson. And so Jackson nails both of them. One thing about Reggie Jackson is he plays with a chip on his shoulder.
Reggie definitely has an edge to his game and plays like somebody stepped on his new shoes or scratched his car. Players with that mentality, though, I love them. They are rare, but some of the grittiest players in the game. He is fit in perfectly in the D because of that edge.
Clearly, he's not pleased with all the looks they've given up on the inside, and also to get them to tighten up that defense.
And they may have to address a number of things, including whether this is the right lineup.
Looking now at the numbers for Jackson. Some nice work from him over the last 10 games. 3rd in assists, and he's a defensive ball hawk. You can't let your guard down. Remember, he's 10th in the league in steals per game.
Now here's Walker. He's got 11. O'Brien kicks to Bellinelli. He's looking for Kid Gilchrist and finds him. Charlotte moving it around. Dishes it to Bellinelli. Shot clock at 6. Sees the alley-oop. Morris with the block. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Soft touch off the glass. Morris has got the lead up to 14 now for Detroit.
I mean, on offense, he has been a constant force. You get him the ball, and there's a good chance he's going to knock that shot down.
Outside, Walker. He kicks it to Bellinelli. From 13, that shot off the mark. And it's Detroit the other way.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well. They are just killing them on the interior.
For Charlotte, they've gone only 1 of 6 from the field in the third quarter. Not how they pictured the half started. And Walker kicks to Bellinelli. Offensive rebound, Kaminsky. They shoot again. Misses at the rim.
Excellent D to force that miss there. That took real courage to risk being on a poster, being he's one of the best dunkers in the game.
And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That is his first foul of the game. Hornets trail by 16. Now Kid Gilchrist. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Harris passes to Caldwell Pope. A three-pointer off the mark.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Walker dishes to O'Brien. Now the feed to Bellinelli. Misses, and the dry spell continues.
That would have been lucky had it fallen. Poor shot selection.
Well, that's just not wise to take that shot in that situation. He'll think better of it next time around. Now, one thing you know you're going to get from Tobias Harris every night is activity. He's always moving at a high speed, whether the open floor or in a half-court set. He opens up space and gets a lot of easy looks because of how he moves around the floor.
No good on that one. And Chris, with Harris and his activity, it's not unusual to see a player that is as active as him move the way he does. But it is unusual to see a player with that strength and build do it so easily.
Well, Kevin, he sort of reminds you of Sean Marion. That's the Matrix. He has a diverse skill set, gives you a little bit of everything on the offensive end.
Now here's Kid Gilchrist. Charlotte again missing. Down low, it's tipped. The shot by Kaminsky, nobody around. Charlotte again missing. Detroit with the ball. Stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. Here's Jackson. It's rebounded by O'Brien.
If he can find himself out there, his team will be in fantastic shape to get this win.
Kaminsky kicks to Walker. Down low. And it's sent back by Drummond. In the corner, it's Morris. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got his 4th assist in this one. Charlotte calls timeout.
Start it.
Well, the salary cap's skyrocketing this season and next season as well with all the new TV money. Chris, it's sure a good time to be a free agent, isn't it?
Oh, man, I tell you what. I mean, it seems like every, decade, the next decade, the players say, man, I wish I was born in that one. But I tell you what, the business of basketball is doing well thanks to the fans and thanks to the hard play and work of these players.
Well said. And some changes here for the Hornets. Plumlee, he's checked in for commensurate. And Cody Zeller subbed in for Johnny O'Bryant. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Lure's checked in. Plumlee with the screen. Here's Walker. And that one comes up a bit short.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Jackson passes to Lure. Plumlee with the steal. Shot to end this cold run, and Walker gets it to go on the assist by Zeller. And that's 13 points for Walker.
When Walker gets out in transition, good luck. Running so quickly down the floor for these high percentage chances.
Left side, Harris. Here's Bellinelli, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Kid Gilchrist dishes to Plumlee. Now here's Zeller. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game.
Now, his shot hasn't been going in, and they will probably have to look for someone else to step up and provide for them.
Now here's Drummond, 17-point game.
And registering one of the highest verticals at the NBA Combine, Zeller can send your shot back.
Two shots.
First free throw is good. Charlotte making some changes. Graham's checked in, and Jeremy Lamb subbed in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Both good from the line that time. Hornets trail by 19. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Well, folks, tonight a great rebounding game we're watching in progress. And now, with that in mind, let's take a look at the all-time record for rebounds in a single game. How about Wilt Chamberlain with 55 rebounds back on November 24th, 1960.
And guys, that's one of those records that always seemed to me impossible to break. I mean, in the modern era, nobody's even sniffed that 55 rebound mark. I mean, heck, a lot of teams don't get 55 rebounds in a game, and Wilt's owned it since 1960.
And one thing that gives these scouts confidence in Zeller's ability to expand his shooting range is the fact that he's been a solid free throw shooter ever since he's entered this league.
And he's good on the second. And it's Detroit's ball. They're on a 16-5 run. Jackson against Sessions. And Drummond kicks to Jackson. From the right block, the shot is good. Jackson's got 6 in the quarter.
Wow, and Jackson is just crafty down inside. He has such a quick release that even taller defenders can't get to it in time.
Graham with the ball. Back to Sessions. Puts up a 3. Rebound Andre Drummond.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Over in the corner. Lure fires the 3. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 5 assists in the game. And Sessions kicks to Zeller. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Look, he has a good feel for the painted area. Zeller, never in a rush. Very deliberate with his moves.
Caldwell Pope passes to Lure. Jackson kicks to Lure. Wide open look. Zeller grabs the board. Zeller's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Graham with the ball. Harris is there. And the shot goes in.
Man, this guy is a scoring machine. I mean, I know I'm not the only one to describe him that way.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
And you can tell they're just a little out of sync. I think he just wants to get everybody back on the same page.
Yeah, trying to find their rhythm. It's a chess match, a constant back and forth of in-game adjustments.
Pistons leading by 19 points. They set the screen. Benajay pass to Lure. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Charlotte shooting just 34% from the floor. Stolen away. And here is Johnson. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Pass to Smith. Shot clock at 5. Johnson kicks to Smith. Hornets with the rebound. That's tipped. And that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession. Hornets trail by 19. Plumlee sets the pick for Lamb. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Lamb's got his 2nd basket.
Standing just over 6'5" with a 6'11" wingspan. Yeah, Lamb can be a difficult guard to defend when he sneaks inside.
Here's Benajay. There's the pass to Lure. Smith against Sessions. The pump fake kept the D off balance and gave him room. Smith's got his 2nd basket of the night.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Sessions dishes to Plumlee. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. We've seen him miss a couple from the line so far, going 2 for 4. No good on the free throw. And he sinks the 2nd. Now Smith. He has 5. They set the screen to the paint. Plumlee with the steal. Sessions passes to Zeller. And the basket is good. Zeller's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
The drive by Smith. And the shot is good.
How about the concentration? He gets hit but stays with the play and gets the finish.
He's had a few chances at the line, 1 of 3 in the game. Free throw good, Smith. Hornets trail by 19. And Sessions kicks to Plumlee. Baines with the block. Smith outside. There's the dish to Lure. Baines passes to Lure. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Smith, no luck.
Well, nice. You have to love it. He worked very hard to get a great look at the bucket. Those are the shots you want him taking every time.
At the line for your Hornets, shooting 2, Ramon Sessions. And he knocks down the first one. And so Sessions nails both of them. Pistons leading by 17. Smith outside, out to the right wing. Here's Lure. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
You can tell that's the game plan on defense. They don't want to allow him to take many shots inside.
And the shot goes down. Graham's got 5.
No issues on that one. Good work all around.
Detroit's gone 2 of 5 with the 3-point shot since coming out of the break. Pass to Benajay. Back to Smith. Shoots a 3. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Zeller's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Graham. Can't get it to fall. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. The Pistons on top, up by 15. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. And so here's Charlotte. We've got Kaminsky. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist out there with Kemba Walker. Then there's Bellinelli, and it's O'Brien in a power forward position. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. Here's Smith, the 8-footer. It's stolen by Kaminsky. Launches a 3. Rebound, Detroit. Morris has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Caldwell Pope. They get it back. Shots good by Baines.
They have got to box out better than that. That putback's just another example of what a difference there's been between these two teams.
I mean, it just goes to show the lack of effort on their part. Their opponents simply want this game more than them right now.
Here's Bellinelli after the basket by Detroit. There's Walker with the 3, but they get it back.
And the offensive rebounding, really the story here today. Even with the big lead, they're still showing more hustle on the boards.
Here's Kaminsky. Tries again, and the layup is up and in.
He's so intelligent around the rim. Kaminsky found a way to own that possession.
Pistons leading by 13. Smith outside, and Kemba Walker is going to pick up the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
Man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
A different look here for Detroit. Tobias Harris comes in for Johnson, and Reggie Jackson subbed in for Smith. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. That's foul number 2 for him. Andre Drummond's checked in for Aaron Baines. Outside Jackson. Shot clock at 6. Back to Caldwell Pope. Stolen by Walker. And it's Walker again missing.
It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that.
Oh, no, you're right. It's selfish on his part to attempt that. Should have passed it back out and tried to get a better look.
You know, a huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
I mean, we know that this is a game of heart. He knew his man was bigger than him. No big story. He just calmly rose up, altered his body so that he could get the contact and put that shot up over him.
Here's Walker, following the score by Reggie Jackson. 6 to shoot. O'Brien dishes to Kaminsky, and it's good for 2.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Drummond a screen. Jackson kicks to Drummond. Left side Harris. Off the pick. No good. In and out. Off the rim.
Oh, even though he has been lost in the shuffle, his team remains in front.
Kid Gilchrist, no luck.
Oh, really surprised he clanked that one. He makes those on the regular.
Harris passes to Jackson. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Harris has got 4 assists now tonight.
Wow, and with Jackson, he looks to score from any spot on the floor. So effective at getting to the basket as well as pulling up.
And they've gotten good looks, you know, so that's one reason they're frustrated. Maybe he can come up with something to get them an easy one, maybe get to the line.
Well, I just think they're pressing too much, not really in the rhythm. Have to let the game come to you.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Steve Clifford had to say to his team. And he was emphatic. He said, we are not going to win this game playing this way, fellas. You've got to step it up. You've got to get aggressive. And you've got to battle to get back in this thing. See if that pep talk got him going, guys.
Now here's Kaminsky. It's hauled in by Harris. Harris has got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Caldwell Pope. No good. Shot missing. Some solid defense from Kid Gilchrist. Kicks it to Kaminsky. To the paint. That's good from Kid Gilchrist on the assist by Kaminsky. Kaminsky's got his 4th assist in this one. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Jackson dishes to Harris. Tries it from 19. Rebounded by Kaminsky.
Beautiful execution in terms of creating space for his shot. He just couldn't get that one to fall.
And Bellinelli kicks to Kaminsky, and it's going to be a 3-second call.
Yeah, foolish play. He's got to be thinking out there.
Well, that's just a rush decision on his part. He needs to take his time out there and make better choices.
Outside Jackson. Feeds it to Drummond. Banked in off the glass. And the Pistons lead by 15.
And the play is all about Drummond and his solid fundamentals, just taking his time and getting a high-quality chance as a result.
Here's Walker, and it's sent back by Drummond, and they'll keep possession.
Clearly a foul.
And last season, Chris, for Kid Gilchrist, mostly a lost one due to all the injuries he endured.
Kev, I can tell you personally, it is so frustrating to work so hard to get back to the game, only to have it taken away from a re-injury. MKG was playing fantastic ball before his shoulder troubled him again as well. Hard to replace the impact he has on the floor, as he is such a unique player.
No good on the second free throw.
And in a short amount of time, Kid Gilchrist has established himself as one of the best perimeter defenders in the game. His long reach and tenacious athleticism really covers a lot of ground.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
That free throw good from Caldwell Pope.
And Caldwell Pope is a guy you cannot leave open at any time. He just a very good shooter from any spot on the floor.
And Caldwell Pope drops them both. Hornets trail by 16. And Walker kicks to O'Brien. Outside, Kid Gilchrist. Inside. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. And that's now 9 points for Michael Kid Gilchrist.
And just dropping the ball down inside, a timely assist.
Outside Jackson. He feeds it to Drummond. Harris passes to Drummond. He dishes it to Caldwell Pope. Just 5 to shoot. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard.
Now the length of Kid Gilchrist, that's what allows him to catch up with these shots. A sensational shot blocker from behind.
Charlotte's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Over to the wing. Jackson against Walker. Here's O'Brien. He can't get it to go. And Detroit the other way now. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. Jackson kicks to Harris. He drains the turnaround jump shot. And the Pistons lead by 16.
Whether it's inside or outside, Harris remains steady and ready to shoot the ball. He definitely has the trust of his teammates and coaching.
And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. Nets the corner 3. Caldwell Pope's got 5 points in the quarter.
And we're starting to see this becoming an emerging trend in the NBA, the transition 3.
Pass to O'Brien. There's the pick to the middle. Here's Kid Gilchrist. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
Even though he has been a man on a mission on offense, he still hasn't been able to help his team get the lead.
Outside Jackson. Dishes it to Caldwell Pope. Back to Jackson. Shoots from 14. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Hornets trail by 17. And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Walker. From 13 feet, it goes down.
And Walker is a high percentage shooter from the mid-range, especially when the D isn't right up on him.
Here's Jackson. Jackson can't get that one to fall. Hornets have gone 7 of 16 from the field here in the 4th. That's about 43%. Kid Gilchrist, no luck. Pistons leading by 15. Outside Jackson. Caldwell Pope outside. To the inside, Harris. And slam dunk by Harris.
Wow, just the athleticism of Harris. It's not easy to keep pace with him. Just so outstanding around the rim.
Here's Walker. He kicks to O'Brien. There's the feed to Bellinelli. Passes it to Walker. Just 5 on the clock. Jacks up a 3, and it's Walker again missing.
He could not have been more wide open. I'm sure he's kicking himself for missing out.
Caldwell Pope on the wing. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. 14 points for Kentavious Caldwell Pope. Walker against Jackson. Here's the floater. Walker's shot is off. For Detroit, they've gone 8 of 16 from the field in the 4th, exactly 50%. Back to Jackson. Outside for Caldwell Pope. Harris outside. In the corner, it's Morris. Sinks the three-pointer. Morris has got 11 in the second half.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
It's Kid Gilchrist on the wing. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope and stolen by Drummond. Tipped away.
I'm not even going to comment on that one.
You know what? It's really nothing to say outside of, wow, that's not his finest moment.
Looking to end the run. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Yeah, easy call.
Chris, you and I were just talking about DeAndre Jordan and all that happened to him a couple years ago at Dallas. He agreed to go to the Mavs, then changed his mind. The league ended up shortening the free agency moratorium from 10 days to 5. Do you like that change?
You know what? It depends on who you are in this situation. You know, having been a free agent before, I know that you need a little bit of time to think. You might want to get away, and also, you know, you have to go visit cities. So can you visit 2 or 3 cities and make your decision in those 5 days? But then again, it gives you a good deadline to have to do it. So for me, this is not something, we have teams that break contracts all the time, or we have teams that let guys go all the time. I didn't feel that sorry for Dallas in this situation. For me, I just felt that the league modified it, and good for everyone. Let's go and get the game started.
Great points.
That's the kind of shot you want him to take every time. He just happened to miss that time.
Now Bellinelli for 3. It's hauled in by Harris. Harris has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Morris a screen. Jackson with it. He's picked up by Walker. And here's Morris for 3. Hornets with the rebound. 1:43 left here in the 4th quarter. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And the Pistons, an entirely new group now out there. Now here's Sessions. Plumlee with the screen. Plumlee with a screen on Johnson. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Sessions. And the Hornets miss again. Pistons leading by 23.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for Detroit.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far, they've won 2 straight. And maybe it goes without saying, but they had no answer for Andre Drummond. And you have to love the effort he put forth on the glass. He played with a fire no one else could match as he chased down those rebounds.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. No good from Lamb. Benajay pass to Smith. And so Detroit takes this one by a big margin. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
And that's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And now the award-winning Ernie Johnson will take it from here. We'll see you next time.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Hey everybody, Ernie Johnson, along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal, seen here. Welcome back for the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Andre Drummond. Let's get your opinion, Shaq.
Well, how about his shooting tonight? He was locked in from the floor. Wide open, a double team, it did not seem to matter. He was going to sink it in. When you got a player who's that reliable, you're a tough team to beat.
This was the Andre Drummond that was the NBA All-Star. He's always impactful in the paint, but tonight he was extra special. They turned him loose, and he did not disappoint.
And that'll wrap things up. Thank you for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, for Kenny the Jet Smith, for Kevin Harlan, wherever he might be, and for the rest of the 2K Sports crew, the best in the business. This is Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.